Are you ready to handle any date from 2000 to 2099? Well, you are probably more ready than you think you are. In this lecture, we will going to cover how to calculate the day of the week for any year from 2000 to 2099. We have already covered how to calculate the year code for 2000 to 2027. Now just by using this mental feat of calculating the year code from 2000 to 2027, we will going to learn how to calculate the year code for 2028 to 2099. If there were no such thing as leap years, if there was no such thing as a leap year, then the pattern of year code would have been repeated after every 7 years. But because of the effect of leap years, the pattern of year code usually repeats after every 28 years. That that means just like weekdays, that means just like weekdays, the days repeat after 7 days. In years, the date usually repeat after 8. That means just like in weekdays, the days usually repeat after. That means just like in weekdays, the days repeat after every 7 days. In years, in centuries, the year usually repeat after every 28 years. It means we can rely on the golden 28-year rules for calculating the day of the week for any date between the years 2000 to 2099. That means we can rely on the golden 28-year rules for calculating the day of the week for any years between 2000 to 2099. In months, the dates usually in months the dates range from 1 to 31. So the only multiples of 7 we must remember is 7, 14, 21 and 28. In century, the year range from 2000 to 2099. So the only multiples of 28 we must remember is 28, 56 and 84. As 28 times 1 is 28, 28 times 2 is 56 and 28 times 3 is 84. I will break this down into a simple I will break this down in a simpler manner so that you can see how useful is this. I will break this down in a simpler manner so that you can see by yourself how this is very useful. Whenever you get the year in the range from 2028 to 2055, all you have to do is subtract 28 from that year and you will get the respected year in the range from 2000 to 2027. And you have already practiced, learned and mastered how to calculate the year code for years between 2000 to 2000. And we have already Whenever you get the years in the range from 2028 to 2055, all you have to do is subtract 28 from that particular year, and you will get the respected year in the range from year 2000 to 2027. And we have already practiced, learned and mastered how to calculate the year codes for years between 2000 and 2027. Let's take one example. Suppose the given year is 2028. If you subtract 28 from 2028, you will get 2000. And we already know what is the year code for 2000. It's 0. That means the year code for 2028 is also 0. Let's take one more example. What is the year code of 2032? We will subtract 28 from 2032. So our solution becomes 2004. Let's take one more example. What is the year code of year 2032? 32 minus 28 is 4. And we already know the year code for 2004 is 5. So the year code for 2032 is also 5. Similarly, what is the year code of 2040? Simple, subtract 28 from 2040 and you will get 12. If you have problem in subtracting 28, then you can do one simple mental math feat. However, some people might have trouble in subtracting 28 from the given number. So the simple mental math feat that we can do is add 2 and subtract from 30 instead. So our solution becomes 2040 plus 2 minus 30, that is 2042 minus 30, which simply becomes 2012. And we already know the year code for 2012 is 1. So the year code of 2040 is also 1. So can you calculate by yourself what is the year code of 2055? Well, it's difficult to subtract 28 from 55. But the simple mental math that you can do is, well, it's quite difficult for many people to subtract 28 from 2055. So the simple step that we can do here is add 2 and subtract 30. Our problem becomes 2057 minus 30, which is simple, 27. And we already know which is simple, 2027. Now, do you remember the mnemonic? Now, do you remember the code of the closest leap year near 2027? The closest leap year near 2027 is 2024. The year code of 2024 plus 3 will be the code of 2027, which is simply equals to 2 plus 3, which becomes 5. So the year code of 2055 is also 5. Now, whenever you have a year in the range from 2056 to 2083, why 83? Because 28 3s are 84. So we will take the number which is less than 84. That's why the range between 56 to 83. Whenever you get the years in this range, all you have to do is subtract 56. Subtract 28 2 times or subtract 56 1 time. This is one and the same thing, right? And when you subtract 56 from this number, and when you subtract 56 from this year, And when you subtract 56 from the year in this range, you will always get the respected years in the range from 2000 to 2027. Let's try and figure out. Let's do some example. What is the year code of 2060? Simple. 2060 minus 56 is equals to 2004. And we already know the year code for 2004, which is 5. Let's take one more example. And what is the year code of 2004? We know that 2004 is equals to 5. That means the year code for 2056, that means the year code for 2060 is also 5. However, for year 2060, there is a shortcut that you can use. I have already told you, you can use the pattern of multiple of 12 wherever possible. 60 is the multiple of 12. 12 is a 60. So you can directly figure out the year code for 2060 as 12 is a 60. The code for 2060 is 5. Let's take one more example. What is the year code of 2083? Let's take one more example. What is the year code for 2083? Now to subtract 56 from 2083 is quite difficult. The simple solution is add 4 and subtract 60. 2083 becomes 2080. Well, the most simple solution is add 4 in the given number and then subtract 60. So our solution becomes 2083 minus 56, which is simply equals to 2083 plus 4 minus 60, which is the same thing, which is simply equals to 2087 minus 60. And 2087 minus 60 is simply equals to 2027. And we have already learned how to calculate the year code for 2027. We need the nearest leap code. We need the code of the nearest leap year near to 2027, and our solution becomes 2 plus 3 equals to 5. So the code for 2083 is also 5. Let's take one more example. What is the year code of 2076? 2076 minus 56 is simply equals to 2020. Do you remember the code of 2020? 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 0? Well, 2020 has a year code of 4. Well, 2020 has a year code of 4. That means 2076 has a year code of 4 too. Similarly, whenever you get the year, whenever you have a given year in the range from 2084 to 2099, you simply subtract 84 from this. Similarly, whenever you have given years in the range from 2084 to 2099, you simply subtract 84 from that years, and you will get the respected years in the range from 2000 to 2027. Let's take one example. What is the year code for 2092? 2092 minus 84. Let's take one example. 2092. Let's take one example. Suppose the given year is year 2092. 2092 minus 84 is equals to, we can simplify this problem as 2092 minus 4 minus 80, which becomes 2088 minus 80. So 2088 minus 80 is simply equals to 2008. And we already know what is the year code for 2008 is 3. We already know what is the year code for 2008. The year code for 2008 is 3. That means The year code for 2092 is also 3. This is a simple summary of the This is the chart of the simple summary for the calculations that we need to perform when the given year. This is the simple summary of the chart. This is the simple summary of the chart which has been broken down into simple steps. Whenever you have the year in the range from 2028 to 2055, you will simply subtract 28 from that given year. Whenever you have a year in the range from 2056 to 2083, you will subtract 56 from that particular year. Whenever you have a year in the range from 2084 to 2099, all you have to do is separate 84 from that given year and you will get the respective year code in the range from 2000 to 2027. Let's try to solve some real practical problems by using this mental fate, and it is so easy. Let's try to solve some real practical examples, and this is extremely easy, trust me. Let's try to solve some real practical examples, and this is really very. Let's try to solve some real practical examples, and this is going to be very easy and fun. What is the day of the week on 31st December 2099? We will simplify this problem as 31. Let's simplify this problem quickly. 31st December becomes 3 plus 4. 3. Let's simplify this problem quickly. 31st December becomes 31 minus 28, 3. That is 3 plus 4. 3 plus 4 is 7. And subtract the multiple of 7 from this number and we get 0. That means the only calculation that we have to do is figure out the year code for 2099. For years in the range from 84 to 99, we subtract 84 from that particular years. 99 minus 4 becomes 95, and 95 minus 80 becomes 15. What is the year code of 2015? The nearest leap year is 2012, which has a year code of 1. 1 plus 3 is 4. So the year code for 2099 is 4. That means, and 4 is the code for Thursday. And 4 is the weekday code for Thursday. That means 31st December 2099 falls on Thursday. Did you notice how simple and easy? Did you notice how simple and easy it is? Let's try one. Did you notice that how simple and easy it is? Let's try one more example. What is the day of the week on 3rd November 2066? We'll simplify this problem as November has a mnemonic of 2 legs to turkey. That is the code for November is 2. Our problem becomes 3 plus 2, which becomes 5. Now what is the year code for 2066? 2066 minus 56 becomes 10. The nearest leap year near 2010 is 2008, which has a year code of 3. 3 plus 2 becomes 5. So the year code for 2066 is 5. 5 plus 5 is 10. Subtract the multiple of 7 and you will get 3. 3 is the weekday code for Wednesday. That means 3rd November 2066 falls on Wednesday. Let's take one more example. What is the day of the week on 29th May 2072? We will subtract the multiple of 7 from 29 and we get the we can subtract the multiple of 7 from date 29 and we get the solution as 1 plus 0. 0 is the month code for May. Then our solution becomes 1 plus 0, which simply becomes 1. And what is the year code of 2072? Well, we need to subtract 56 from 2072, right? And how we supposed to subtract 56? We will add 4 and subtract 60. That's simple, right? But wait, there is one shortcut that we can do here for this particular year. 2072 is the multiple of 12. And I have already discussed in later, and we have already discussed earlier, that whenever you get a year which is the multiple of 12, you will simply use the pattern of 12 year code. 12 6 just 72. That means 12 6 just 72. That means the year code for 2072 is 6. So solution become 1 plus 6, which is simply equals to 7. Drop the multiple of 7 and you will get 0. And 0 is the weekday code for Sunday. So 29th May 2072 falls on Sunday. Let's do one more example. What is the day of the week on 26th January 2084? Subtract the highest multiple of 21. Subtract the highest multiple of 7, which is less than 26. That is 26 minus 21. And we get 5. 5 plus 6. Let's take one more example. What is the day of the week on 26 January 2084? Well, our solution become 5 plus 6. Wait, 2084 is a leap year. Don't forget, in leap year, we reduce the code of January by 1. In leap years, we reduce the code of January by 1. Then, that means our solution becomes 5 plus 5, not 5 plus 6. And what is the year code of 2084? Well, 2084 minus 84 is equals to 0. So the year code for 2084 is... And what is the year code for 2084? Well, 2084 minus 84 is 2000 and the year code for 2000 is 0. That means the year code for 2084 is also 0. That means our solution becomes 5 plus 5 is 10. Drop the multiple of 7. We get 3. 3 plus 0, which simply equals to 3. That means 26 January 2084 falls on Wednesday. Congratulations! You have just achieved the mastery for calculating the day of the week for any day in 21st century. That is from year 2000 to 2099. Being able to determine the day of the week for any date in the 21st century is an impressive feat on its own. Once you are comfortable with this, you are ready to move on how to. Once you are comfortable with doing that, you can move on learning how to handle the dates in the other centuries in the next section. Don't forget to download the PDF from the resources. Don't forget to download the PDF from the resource file, in which I have already given the year code for from 2000 to 2099. Don't forget to download the PDF from the resource file, in which I have given the year codes for all the years starting from 2000 to 2099. If you have any suggestions, comment or feedback, you can post it in the discussion forum. And don't forget to leave the review. If you have any suggestions, comment or feedback, you can post it in our discussion forum. And finally, if you love and enjoy this lecture so far, don't forget to leave a review so that future students can also get benefited from this course. Thank you, and I will see you in my next section. Thank you, and I will see you in my next lecture.